The woman was stopped by the sheriff under the pretense of a routine check and subjected to a 40-minute search before being allowed to leave. Just as she was about to drive away, the sheriff wrote her a $10,000 ticket. Daisy was completely baffled by this, and the sheriff told her it was because the trash she'd casually tossed out while driving had damaged his police car. So the $10,000 compensation seemed perfectly reasonable. Daisy was speechless after hearing this, and on this desolate desert highway, she had no choice but to accept the punishment. Since she didn't have enough cash on her, the sheriff informed her that there was an ATM at a restaurant not far ahead and ordered Daisy to go get money to pay the fine. However, just as Daisy was about to head there, the sheriff suddenly demanded she hand over her phone, claiming it was to prevent her from running away. Daisy argued that he had no right to confiscate it. "I am the law," the sheriff replied. Under pressure from his authority, Daisy reluctantly handed over her phone, but she'd barely gotten anywhere when she noticed the sheriff had actually pulled out a hunting rifle. He aimed it directly at Daisy and fired a shot that blew out her tire. The vehicle instantly went out of control and crashed into a sand pile by the roadside before coming to a stop. Daisy couldn't figure out why the sheriff was doing this. When she stumbled out of the car, she was shocked to see the sheriff driving off in the opposite direction. Daisy breathed a sigh of relief, but now her car was broken down, so she could only grab her bag and walk to find help. After walking for what felt like forever, she finally spotted a restaurant. The moment she walked in, she noticed some loose change on a table. Without hesitation, she pocketed the money, then walked over to the payphone and called her boyfriend's number, hoping he could come pick her up. What she didn't know was that the sheriff was standing right outside the restaurant door at that very moment, and he'd already had someone tow her car over. Daisy walked out of the restaurant to find that her tire had been fixed. Just as she was about to hit the road again, she saw a female employee crying nearby. After asking what was wrong, she learned that the loose change a customer had left on the table was missing, and the manager suspected the employee had stolen it and fired her. Daisy felt incredibly awkward hearing this, since she was the one who'd taken it. Out of guilt, and learning that the female employee wanted to get home, Daisy decided to give her a ride. Another accident happened halfway through the trip. The female employee was suddenly shot in the head. This scene completely terrified Daisy, and seeing the police car approaching, she immediately floored the gas pedal and fled frantically. The sheriff had caught up and first gave her car's rear end a light tap as a greeting, then casually followed behind her. This went on for dozens of miles. Suddenly, Daisy spotted a truck parked by the roadside and immediately stopped to ask for help. When the truck driver heard that someone was chasing Daisy, he didn't hesitate to pull out his weapon and prepare to help. But just as he was about to approach and check things out, the sheriff suddenly appeared and warned the driver that the woman next to him was a murderer and the victim was still in her car.